Welcome to Classical 95.9 WCRI's Conducting Conversations with your host, Mike Mano. 1 hour of music and conversation with notable people in the arts, bringing you the stories of how music has impacted their lives. The show will give a behind-the-scenes look at the guest's background, interests, or special project.
Conducting Conversations is brought to you by Roberts Musical Instruments. From sheet music and brand name instruments to rentals, repairs, lessons, and more. Roberts Musical Instruments is your key to musical success. Call 823-5459. That's 823-5459.
And now here's your host, Mike Mano.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conducting Conversations. Tonight, it's a pleasure to welcome back to our studios someone that was here just about a year ago for the first time. Michael Rose is with us. He is the gallery manager at the Providence Art Club. And happy Halloween, Michael.
Happy Halloween.
It's that time of year when there's a little chill in the air, and tomorrow is Halloween, and that has absolutely nothing to do with your appearance here tonight. But we want to thank you for coming back again, and we want to catch up and do a little searching about what's going to be happening at the Providence Art Club, and that's in beautiful downtown Providence. And let's start with a little bit about you, as we did last time. Are you a Rhode Island person?
I'm from Southeastern Mass originally, but I've been in Rhode Island for a long time.
Okay, Southeastern, that's pretty close.
Yeah, basically the same thing.
As long as you're not from New Jersey and New York.
Exactly.
Like that, okay. And the Providence Art Club, located right in downtown, right on the hill.
Yes.
Just up from the river.
Yeah.
And has been there for many, many years, right?
Yeah, we were founded in 1880. 1880, yeah. So we've been around for 140 plus years.
And the art club has grown significantly. I know I had the opportunity to meet you there just about a year or so ago and got a little tour of the building, or buildings, I should say.
Yeah.
How does that work? What was the original building? Was like one house, right?
Yeah, so when we moved in 1885 on College Hill, we had one building, which is our clubhouse, and subsequently we've added 3 more buildings. So we have 4 buildings total on Thomas Street.
And they're all connected?
Yes.
All connected, and there's it's a very interesting configuration, to say the least, where you go from the very, very old to some newer sections.
Yes. Yeah, we have contemporary spaces, we have historic spaces, so it's a great place to visit.
And inside, it's more, I don't want to say more than just an art club, because that's a big deal, obviously, but what else is inside, what people see when they come in the door?
Sure. So we have 3 galleries that are open to the public year-round, and then we also have a cafe that serves lunch on weekdays for members, and we have about 15 private artist studios. We also have a studio classroom and a print classroom, too.
And that's in the newer section, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so there's a cafe that's open for members?
Yes.
And can anyone be a member?
Basically, yeah. We have patron members, we have artist members, we have arts professional members. So as long as you're someone who's interested in art, you're welcome to be a member, absolutely.
Okay, great. So is that information available on the website, how they go about that?
Yeah, providenceartclub.org.
providenceartclub.org.
Yes.
All right. Well, that'll give a lot of answers to a lot of things. And this time of year is very special because coming up is the Little Picture Show.
Yes.
And that's the main reason you're here, I would guess.
Absolutely, yeah.
Tell us, what does that mean, the Little Picture Show?
Sure. So we've been doing the Little Picture Show since 1904. This is our 118th year doing it. And the show will include work by over 130 artists who are also members of the club. And we'll have about 700 items on the wall at any given time. So it's a pretty interesting show. All the work in it is smaller in size, and everything is priced at $350 or less.
700 pictures?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to envision how that would work and how many walls that must take.
Yeah, we cover all the walls with art during Little Pictures. It's crazy.
So all the buildings have a little something going on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the artists come from just the local Providence area?
We have artists from Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. We'll have artists in the show who are also living in Virginia and Florida. So we have people from all over the East Coast, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they send us things up, or
absolutely, yeah,
make a special trip.
Yep. Some of them make a special trip, sure.
And they're for purchase, as you mentioned, all
Absolutely.
for under $350.
Yep, everything is for sale. We have a lot of things that are in the $100 to $200 range as well, but the price cap for all the artists is $350. Sure.
And that's, is there, when you say a price cap, is there also a size cap?
There is, yes. So the size maximum is 16 inches by 16 inches, including the frame. So that's how big everything is.
So that's relatively small. You can fit it in a briefcase.
Yeah, exactly. And we have a lot of things that are smaller than that. We'll have artists who will go down to like as small as like 3 inches by 3 inches. So we even have things that are like miniatures in it, basically.
I think those are called Dinky Dells.
Yeah, yeah.
Our friend Delbury Bark is usually showing there, and that's a name that was given to some of his small pictures.
Yes.
Dinky Dells. But we won't dwell on that. But there are a lot of artists, as you mentioned, and there's no particular theme. It isn't like,
no.
It has to be holiday, or it has to be winter, or it has to be
So
fall.
there's a whole mix of all kinds of different stuff in it, all different themes, media, style, everything is sort of covered in little pictures.
Everything from watercolors to oils to everything.
Absolutely everything,
Okay.
yeah.
So that makes it very interesting, a great and very unique gift to give to someone.
Yeah, it's really popular for the holiday season. It's an awesome place to discover art for yourself or for a friend or for a family member.
And what hours are you open for people to be able to view this?
So the show runs this year, November 6th to December 23rd, and we're open 12 to 5 p.m. every day.
12 to 5 every day?
Yes.
Saturday, Sundays?
Absolutely.
Weekdays?
7 days a week. And then we close for a couple holidays, but we're open basically from November 6th to December 23rd.
So probably closed for Thanksgiving, but other than that?
Absolutely, yeah. And then we'll be open.
sounds like a run. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that all these things are made available in such a very type of styles and so forth. Now, can people see any of this before they actually come there, or do they have to go there?
A lot of it will be represented on our social media. We're on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook and everything. So we'll have a lot of images there. We'll also have some images on our website. But to purchase, they have to come in person to the art club.
Okay, so they come in person to make the purchase, and that's the way to do it. So they can't go to like an online catalog.
No,
which
not
wouldn't really
this year.
do it justice, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's true. The best way to see these things is in person, I think. And it really is such an experience to come and to see, all the hundreds of artworks that we have on the walls in our great historic galleries on Thomas Street.
All right. Well, we're going to find out a lot more about what's going on at the Providence Art Club in a little while. We have some music to kind of get us in a mellow mood. This is just having nothing particularly to do with the art club. This is just a little mood music, the Grand Canyon Suite. We'll listen to that, come back after that, and have more of Michael Rose and the Providence Art Club. Providence Art Club is the subject of tonight's Conducting Conversations. I'm Mike Mano, very pleased to be sitting with Michael Rose, who is the gallery manager at the Providence Art Club, located right on the hill in downtown Providence, right near the Rhode Island School of Design, just down the hill from Brown University. All kinds of landmarks in that area, a lot of culture and a lot of great opportunities in that area. If you'd like to venture into the big city, as they say, and maybe have dinner and check out the art club, that's a nice way to do it, or lunch or whatever. Now, you mentioned there's a cafe. Can people that are visiting buy anything in the cafe, or is that just for members?
So our cafe is for members and guests, yeah.
Members and guests,
but there's a lot of other great stuff in the neighborhood, too.
There is a lot of other great restaurants in the area. Providence is known for a lot of great restaurants, so check it out. You're open from, do you say noon to 5, right?
For little pictures, yep, we'll be open noon to 5, 7 days a week.
Okay, and when you say for little pictures, does that mean that you're open at other times for other things?
For the rest of the year, we're open Sundays through Fridays from 12 to 4. So we open extended hours for little pictures.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's got your opportunity to go in and pick up a very unique present for someone and spread a little art around the world.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, we mentioned that it's going to open on November 6th, and it's going to run through the entire, right up to 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
And then you'll be closed for Christmas. But on December 3rd, there's a major event, right?
Yes. So this year we're going to host a big block party to celebrate Little Pictures. So all 4 of our buildings will be open. We'll have food. We'll have music. A lot of our individual studios will be open, and artists will be there working. So it'll be an exciting day and a good time to visit.
Okay, block party, but within the buildings, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
You're not closing the street. So
I don't think we're closing the street.
People can still drive up and so
Yeah,
forth.
exactly.
And parking is available nearby, so don't let that concern you. And if you want to get more information, you can go to the website, which is pretty easy to remember, right?
Absolutely. ProvidenceArtClub.org.
.org. There you go. And is there a phone number that people can call that,
Certainly.
Do it the old-fashioned way?
Sure, yeah. So they can call us at 401-331-1114, extension 5.
Extension 5.
That's my number.
That's your number.
Yeah, they can call me.
Direct to you. All right. You can give them all the information. All right, let's get a little bit more information about the other things that go on there that aren't necessarily connected with the Little Picture Show. What kind of artwork is some galleries feature, strictly oil paintings or that type of thing. Well, tell us a little bit about what people will find inside the Providence Art Club.
Sure. So we are pretty open-ended. We primarily exhibit work by our elected exhibiting artist members, and those individuals work in all kinds of media. So we have oil painters, and we have printmakers, we have photographers, we have people who make jewelry and furniture. So the people who exhibit at the art club sort of run the gamut of all different types of things. So in the average exhibition season, we'll show everything from paintings and prints and photographs to jewelry and ceramics and glass, so it's sort of all over the place. It's fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you mentioned furniture. A lot of people would think, wait a minute, furniture, is that art?
Yeah, we have a number of furniture makers who are members of the club. Phil Grapuso is a great woodworker who's a member of the art club, and he'll be in Little Pictures, and just recently participated in a 3-person show with us. Yeah.
Wow. So that's interesting in that alone, that you can, I guess you can look at things like even maybe building a boat could be considered art.
Sure. We haven't moved into that territory yet, but maybe someday.
That'll take a little more room.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be a project for you down the road.
Yeah, something to think about.
Down to the river.
Yeah.
And, you go into a boat show. But all right, how many people are involved in the day-to-day running of the building? Is it just you? You open the door, you let people in, you let people out?
No, not just me. Our staff is pretty tight-knit, but we have a dedicated executive chef. We have a general manager that oversees the whole art club. We have cafe staff, we have education staff, marketing staff. So we have a pretty good team running the art club these days.
Wow. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty involved place.
And when you say that you're the gallery manager, do you actually decide what goes on the wall?
So I work with our artists to schedule their shows, but basically the artists have free reign over what they'd like to put in the shows. I work to sort of bring artists together and set up the groupings of artists, but primarily our artists decide for themselves what they want to have in their shows.
So the artists that are involved as membership, they pretty much decide what's going in. And
Exactly.
That type of thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure there's a very unique talent of trying to figure out how to do it.
Yeah. I'm sort of the administrative person and the person who keeps all the artists in line, which is fun. And interesting.
I'm sure, because nothing against artists, but sometimes they're not known for being punctual
no, sadly,
or doing the things when they're supposed to do them. But that's so that you have to hold on to those reins and keep them going.
Exactly.
Can people buy the art that's on the wall regularly there, or is it only certain times that they
That's a
can
great
purchase?
question. So I would say about 99% of the work that we show is available for sale. Once in a while, if an artist has a really special piece that they don't want to sell, we allow them to market not for sale, but almost everything we handle is for sale there, which is great.
And can things be shipped, or how does it work if there's a big piece or something like that and someone's afraid to put it in their vehicle or can't
Sure.
get it in their vehicle? How does that work?
So we facilitate shipping, and we usually use a third-party shipper, and then we work with the client to have it shipped to them. But yeah, we absolutely ship work, certainly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if someone is interested in the little pictures and they're not there in person, there's no way they can say, I'd like to buy that,
We can do sales over the phone, and if they have an artist that they're interested in, like your friend Dell, for instance, if they called me and asked, we can send them images of all the Dells that we have and give them some options to choose from. So yeah, usually in the average little pictures, I'll sell a number of things over the phone to people who aren't available to come in.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that's certainly a unique option, because there's a lot of people. For example, we have listeners in Connecticut and Massachusetts and Rhode Island, and some people might say, I can't get up there, but
Yeah, exactly.
I would really like to get one of those.
Yeah.
And
So they
not
can
a-
just call me and we can talk about it. Sure.
So call that number again, and
Yeah.
it was a 401, right?
401-331-1114, extension number 5.
And you can get a picture of your favorite artist's work and
Sure.
and maybe purchase it that way if you can't make it up.
Yeah.
But you really want to come into Providence. There's so much to see and do. It's a great building, a great facility, and it's something that's an experience in itself. Even, I don't want to say this, Michael, but even if they don't buy anything, it's still a great place to go.
We love having visitors, whether they're buying art or not. Yeah, absolutely.
And the reality is you probably have way more visitors than you have art.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. We have a lot of art, but we have a lot of visitors too.
So it's one of those things where some people say, well, I don't want to go to that auction because I'll end up buying something. Well, lots of times there's only 3 or 4 things at the auction,
Yeah.
and there's hundreds of people, so
Exactly.
it doesn't work always that way. So as far as the various kinds of art, you mentioned things like glass and jewelry. Is there a section or a certain building they go to for that, or is it all intertwined?
So our galleries are in our clubhouse, which is at 11 Thomas Street. And then we also have another gallery called the Dodge House, which is right next door to that, also on Thomas Street. So most of the artwork that people are going to be able to purchase is going to be in 2 of our buildings. And then the other 2 buildings have private artist studios in them. And those will be open on December 3rd for our block party.
Okay, so they can actually watch the artist's work.
Sure,
Well,
absolutely.
maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that in the next segment. Right now, let's get to another piece of music to just keep us in that musical mood. And this one is called Amber Waves from American Ballads. We'll be back after that with more of Michael Rose and the Providence Art Club. The Providence Art Club, subject of tonight's Conducting Conversations. I'm sitting with Michael Rose, the gallery manager. My name is Mike Mano, and my name is also Michael, but I always have gone by the name Mike, and you've chosen to go with the name Michael. Is that something that happened from family, or just
no, actually, my family all calls me Mike, so it's mostly just at work that I use Michael for the most part.
Well, it's funny because my mother always called me Michael, and now I go by Mike. So there we go, a similar thing. And Michael Rose is not an Italian name.
No, it's a Portuguese name.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of Portuguese in this area. So you can tell me about all the great Portuguese restaurants. There's a lot in particularly East Providence.
Yeah.
Is that what area do you live in now?
I'm on the east side of Providence now, but I grew up sort of outside of Fall River area, so there's a lot of Portuguese people there as well.
There's some great ones all through New Bedford, Fall River, in East Providence. One of my brother's favorites is Antonio's in New Bedford. I don't know if you've ever been there.
I think I have been there before, yeah.
More food than you can feed for a family of four. They give for each person. Okay, enough with the Portuguese commercials, and let's get to the Providence Art Club and a big event that's happening on December 3rd. It's called a block party. It's not a block party in the traditional sense where there's going to be fireworks and corn dogs and things like
I
that.
don't think so. I don't think we have the fireworks lined up yet. That's a great idea, though. Maybe next year. Some fireworks.
All right. So I have two ideas for you now. We got
Yeah.
the boats.
This has been a
and
very productive
fireworks.
interview. Yeah,
there
this
we
is
go.
great.
Okay. Well, tell us more about the block party.
So on December 3rd, we'll be open 12 to 5, and all 4 of our buildings will be open. The galleries will be open. We'll have artists in our studio buildings at the Fleur de Lis studio and the Deacon Taylor House studio. And we'll have individuals giving tours of the building. We'll have music. We'll have food. We'll have drink. So it'll be a great opportunity for people to take part in the sort of camaraderie of the art club, to get to know the art club and the sort of social way that members know the art club. So I think it'll be a really fun day.
Will a lot of the artists themselves be there, you think?
Absolutely, yeah. We did block parties last year during Little Pictures, and a lot of the Little Pictures artists came, and then other artists who have studios and who might not necessarily be in Little Pictures are also there, so you can meet a whole lot of artists in one day.
And so on December 3rd, which is a Saturday, right?
Yes.
It closes at 5 o'clock?
Yes.
So then there's plenty of opportunity to hit downtown Providence and
Absolutely.
find one of those great restaurants. Doesn't have to be Portuguese. It could
No,
be
not,
anything.
yeah.
A lot of great restaurants in Providence, as we mentioned before. So that's till 5 o'clock. And this is 11 Thomas Street in downtown Providence, right on the hill, just near the green of RISD and a lot of the other places that are very popular in downtown. That pretty much talks about the Little Picture Show, as that runs right up to 2 days before Christmas, and we talked about how to purchase things and so forth. But lots of things are happening after Christmas and after the first of the year, right?
Yeah. So we come back in January, and we do a New Year, New Members exhibition, which will feature some of the new artists who have joined the art club over the last year. We'll also have a class show, which focuses on work that's made in all of our classes and workshops over the last year. And then we'll also have a winter members show after that. And then we'll have a lot of group shows in the spring as well. So in the spring, we'll show about 25 to 30 artists in group exhibitions as well.
When people are interested in art and think that, hey, I could do that, some people look at a piece of art and say, I could do that, and like I used to do, and then I realized, no, I can't. But when you say classes, are there availability for classes all year round?
Sure, yeah. So we do classes all year. We do workshops in the summer, and then we do like a fall semester and a winter semester. And we offer everything from figure drawing to pastel class, oil class. We have a great print studio as well, so we have a lot of printmakers at the art club. And so there's a whole range of instruction that's offered at the art club. The classes are primarily for members, but non-members can take classes when space is available as well.
And to become a member, it's not that difficult. Just you do it online, or do you have to physically go?
You have to have a current member request the application for you. So if you're interested in membership, you can go to our website, and the steps are listed on our website. You have to be sponsored by 2 current members. But it's actually not, it's pretty easy, honestly. It's not that difficult. And it's a community that's interested in inviting new people in and meeting new people. So if you're curious about membership or you'd like a tour, you can always reach out to us, and we're happy to show you around the art club.
All right. So that's a great way to get involved. And if you're like I am, I was involved with art at a very early age, as my uncle was an artist that was a professional artist and taught at the Swain School in New Bedford, which is an old art school. And he actually was a NASA sketch artist, and they would fly him down to Florida back in the days when flights first started coming out of Cape Canaveral, and he would sketch those. So I was very fortunate to have involvement with him. And as a young boy, I used to go on lectures with him, and he was do caricature lectures and how basic art. And so it was a lot of fun to work with him and learn from him. Unfortunately, none of his talent wore off on me because he was my mother's sister's husband. So there was no bloodline there.
No.
I didn't get it. But I've always been fascinated, and I find the Providence Art Club a fascinating place to visit, filled with lots and lots of things. As we mentioned in the first segment, there's such a variety. You mentioned glass and jewelry and woodworking, and so many different things and lots of ways to improve your environment at home, right? Just
Absolutely.
purchase
Yeah.
any of this stuff that it might be a great addition to someone's quality
so.
of life.
I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
Is it the kind of thing where sometimes you walk around and you say, "This is just amazing. There's so much stuff that
I
kind of
think so. I
overwhelming."
mean, it's great to have visitors come, because when you walk through the galleries with visitors, they're always just blown away by how much stuff there is. And I think we're so sort of in the administrative side of it that we're more worried about the labels being right and all of that stuff, and we
Sure.
don't necessarily appreciate it as much. But when you walk through with a new visitor, they are really, really blown away by it. It's remarkable.
And I'm sure there's always that occasion where something strikes you that hasn't done that before. You turn a corner,
yeah.
you look at something, and you say,
Yeah.
"Wow, look at that."
Yeah, you see new things all the time in the galleries, and so it's a lot of fun. You get to see a lot of art.
How often does the shows change? So during the regular year, not the little picture show, but during the
Yep.
regular year.
Little Pictures is a little longer, but our typical shows are 3 weeks long. So we're always rotating through shows. We have 3 gallery spaces, and usually each gallery has its own show, and each show's 3 weeks, which is a pretty short show. So, you can come back every 3 weeks and see new art, which is really exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So I mean, it's an opportunity there, and to just always see something new. It's a great destination.
It is, absolutely.
Check the website out, which is very easy to remember. It's providenceartclub.org.
Yep.
Pretty simple, right? And one more time with your phone number in case people want to get in touch with you.
Sure. So people can call me at 401-331-1114, extension number 5.
There you go. Michael, anything else that we want to make sure our audience knows before we sign off here? And
We would just love to see folks at Little Pictures and then come back and visit us in the spring, too.
all right. So that little picture show, just to remind everyone, opens on November 6th and runs till the December 23rd, 12 to 5 every day, 7 days a week, probably except Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And so come downtown. If you're not used to the big city, it's not that scary. And you can drive in. There's actually a parking lot at the top of the hill.
Yep, we have a parking lot on Benefit Street, and there's also a lot of street parking on Benefit Street and North Main Street. Those are the 2 best spots nearby.
You're not going to park right in front of 11 Thomas Street.
No,
Unfortunately,
no,
it's
unfortunately.
a very busy place.
It's a little bit of a walk, but yeah.
Yeah, but the Benefit Street parking lot's right around the corner.
Yeah.
And it's very convenient. So don't let that deter you. Hopefully you can get out, get to the little picture show, which is going to close on December 23rd, and then the big block party. Michael, will you be just in normal attire for the block party on December 3rd?
Yes, I think so.
Just going to look like Michael Rose.
Just a civilian, yeah.
No, just there. Well, you can get there and have your chance to meet Michael. He'll be there, and the rest of the staff, and ask questions and hopefully purchase some small pictures and maybe pick up a Dinky Dell.
That would be great.
All right, Michael, thank you for coming in tonight and talking about the gallery. We hope to have you back again.
Thanks for having me, Mike. I appreciate it.
And the rest of you, we'll see you next time on Conducting Conversations. Conducting Conversations was brought to you by Roberts Musical Instruments, using music in the arts to keep your child educated, entertained, and having fun. Roberts Musical Instruments is your key to musical success. Call 823-5459. That's 823-5459.